Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more English story. My name is Alex. I work in a small office. My job is to talk to customers and help them. I thought I was a good listener. When people talked, I heard their words. I thought that was enough. But my manager, MS, oh no, called me to her desk today. Alex, she said, your work is good, but you need to listen better. I was confused. I do listen, I said. I hear every word the customers say. MS. Anya smiled a gentle smile. Hearing is with your ears. Alex. Listening is with your mind and your heart. You hear the words, but are you understanding the problem behind the words? I didn't know what to say. I thought hearing was listening. She gave me a challenge. For the rest of the day, she said, I want you to do one thing. Before you answer a customer, pause for 3 seconds. In that pause, don't think about your answer. Just think about what they are really telling you. I felt a little nervous. 3 seconds feels like a long time, but I agreed to try. My first customer was a woman named Sarah. She sounded angry. My computer is too slow. This new software is terrible. She said quickly. My old habit was to immediately say, okay, let me show you how to make it faster. But I remembered MS. Anya's challenge. I paused. I didn't speak for 1, 2, 3 seconds. In that quiet moment, I heard something else in her voice. It wasn't just anger. It was frustration. It was fear. She was afraid she couldn't do her job. So, instead of giving a technical answer, I said, it sounds really frustrating when you're trying to work and it gets slow. That must be very stressful. There was a silence on the phone. Then, Sarah's voice became softer. Yes, she said, with a sigh. I have a big report to finish, and I'm worried I will be late. I was shocked. For the first time, I didn't just hear a problem with a computer. I understood a problem with a person. And I knew, in that moment, that my day was about to change completely. Part 2. The space between the words. After my call with Sarah, I felt different. I helped her with the computer. But first, I helped her feel calm. It was a strange and good feeling. My next customer was a man named Ben. His voice was very quiet. I think I maybe deleted the important file. He said softly, my old habit was to quickly say, okay, let's check the recycle bin. But I remember to pause. I took a breath for 1, 2, 3 seconds. In that quiet space, I noticed something. Ben wasn't just quiet. He was embarrassed. He felt he made a big mistake. So, I made my voice calm and friendly. It's okay. Ben, that happens to everyone. Let's look for it together. It's probably in a safe place. I heard a small sigh of relief on the other end of the phone. Really? You are not angry? He asked. No, of course not. I said, my job is to help you. We found a file quickly. Ben was so thankful. Thank you for being so patient with me, he said before he hung up. I sat back in my chair and thought. MS. Anya was right. Listening was not about the words. It was about the space between the words. It was in that space that I found the real feelings. Fear, embarrassment, worry. I was starting to understand. When you listen to the feeling, you can connect with the person. And when you connect with the person, solving the problem becomes much easier. The day continued like this. With every call, I practiced my 3-second pause. I listened for what was not said. I was no longer just a technical helper. I was becoming a person who understands. At the end of the day, MS. Anya walked by my desk. She didn't say anything. She just smiled and gave me a small nod. I smiled back. I couldn't wait for tomorrow to listen again. Part 3. The difficult customer. The next day, I walked into the office feeling confident. I understood how to listen. I was ready for anything. Then, I got a call from Mr. Carter. I need to speak to a manager. Now, he shouted, his voice loud and sharp. Your service is useless. I have been waiting for 3 days. This is unacceptable. My body felt tense. My old feelings came back. I wanted to defend our company. I wanted to tell him, I'm just trying to help. But I remember my new skill. I didn't speak. I took a deep breath. 1, 2, 3 seconds. In that pause, I listened past his anger. Under the shouting, his voice was shaking. He wasn't just angry. He was desperate. He felt like no one was helping him. Instead of reacting to his anger, I spoke to his desperation. My voice was calm and steady. Mr. Carter, I said, it sounds incredibly frustrating to wait for 3 days and feel like no one is listening to you. I am so sorry you are in this situation. My name is Alex. I am here now, and I will not leave this call until we fix this together. There was a silence on the other end of the line. It was longer than 3 seconds. I could almost hear his surprise. He didn't yell again, but still firm. Well, it has been very frustrating. No one has called me back. I understand, I said, and I will call you back myself today at 4 p.m. with an update. I promise. But first, please, can you tell me the story from the beginning? I am listening. And he did. He told me the whole story. And I listened, not just to the facts, but to the feeling of being ignored. I discovered the real problem was not a big technical issue. It was a simple mistake in his email address. So he never got our messages. It was an easy fix. When I told him, he was quiet. Then he said, "Oh, I see." Before he hung up, Mr. Carter said, "Thank you, Alex. You. You were the first one who actually listened." That call taught me the most important lesson yet. The loudest people are often the ones who feel the most unheard. Listening is the gift you give to someone who feels invisible. Part 4. The quietest voice. After helping Mr. Carter, I felt like I could handle any customer. But the next challenge was different. It wasn't loud. It was quiet. A new employee, Lena, joined our team. In meetings, she never spoke. When our manager, MS, oh no, asked for ideas, Lena would just look down and shake her head. My old self would have thought, she is shy, or she has no ideas. But my new listening mind asked a different question. What is she thinking but not saying? One day, we were in a meeting about a big project. MS. Anya asked, does anyone have suggestions? The room was silent. I saw Lena. She had her notebook open. Her pen was moving, but her mouth was closed. I decided to use my listening in a new way. Listening isn't always about words you hear. Sometimes, it's about creating a space for words to be spoken. I took a small breath and said, Maybe we can take a minute to think quietly. Sometimes the best ideas need a little silence to come out. MS. Onion indeed. That's a good idea. Alex. The room became quiet for a full minute. It felt long, but it was powerful. Then I looked at Lena and said in a soft voice, Lena, I see you've been taking notes. Is there anything you'd like to share? Lena looked up, surprised. Her face was a little red. She hesitated. I smiled and said, even a small thought can help. She spoke softly. Well, I was just thinking maybe we could use a different color for the important information. It would be easier for customers to see. The room was silent again. But this time, it was a thinking silence. That is a brilliant idea. Lena, MS. Anya said. Simple and effective. Thank you. A small smile appeared on Lena's face. After the meeting, Lena came to my desk. Thank you. Alex, she whispered. I was always afraid my ideas were not good enough. I replied, your idea was perfect. Thank you for sharing it. I learned that the most valuable things are often hidden in the quietest people. A true listener doesn't just hear the loud voices. They invite the quiet ones to speak. Part 5. A new way of hearing. A few months passed. My work, my life, felt different. I wasn't just hearing people anymore. I was connecting with them. One afternoon, MS. Anya called me into her office again. I wasn't nervous this time. Alex, she said, I've been watching you. You're not the same person you were a few months ago. The team looks to you for help. Our customers are happier. You have become our best listener. She smiled. And so, I have a new job for you. I want you to be our team's listening guide. You'll help train everyone else how to pause, how to hear the feeling, and how to invite quiet voices. I felt so proud and happy. I wasn't just good at my job. I was making a real difference. That evening, I met my friend for coffee. You seem different. Alex, he said, you seem calmer. I laughed. I am, I said. I learned that listening isn't about waiting for your turn to talk. It's about truly understanding the person in front of you. I learned that listening is a superpower. It fixes problems, builds trust, and makes people feel valued. It starts with a simple pause. 1, 2, 3 seconds to listen with your mind and your heart. My journey began with a simple challenge, and it changed everything. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helped you learn a little more English, and maybe a little more about Listini. That's it for today. If you like this story, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to hear more. Take care. And until next time, keep smiling and stay kind.